back. Thanks for waiting. As a result of closed session, there will be formal action taken later on in the meeting. And as a result of that, I'm going to need a motion from council to add resolution number 247, 2025 to the agenda, as well as ordinance number 24, 2025.
Make motion to add resolution 247, 2025 and ordinance 24, 2025.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes. Okay, moving on. Public comments. The council's intention is to preserve the level of respect, courtesy, and civility required to successfully conduct the public's business. In this regard, the council should be addressed during public participation as a collective body and not individual members. In order to respect the speaker's time, council members will not engage in a dialogue or debate with the speaker. However, council members should feel free to ask the speaker a question or questions once recognized by the council president for purposes of clarification. Council members can offer comments on a speaker's remarks once the speaker has concluded his or her comments in their allotted 5-minute time frame. Who wants to start tonight? Would have never guessed. Hello, Morty.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Marty Grafwanger. I'm proud to serve as the president of the Browns Mills Improvement Association, or the BMIA. We have been a staple in our community since 1919, making us the oldest civic organization in town. Before diving into our upcoming events, I want to address an important item on tonight's agenda. I noticed various liens listed against properties around town, many of which are boarded up or have been burnt out. This issue has been at the forefront of our wish list for years, including this current year, which we communicated to the town council and the mayor. Code enforcement and addressing the blight around our town was number one on our wish list, which we presented to the mayor in January of this year. It was also number one in 1984 when my grandfather, Charlie Graff, former president of the BMIA, presented his first wish list to that town council. This issue has been consistently on the list for 41 years. These neglected properties are dragging down the appeal and property values of our wonderful community. Therefore, I am beyond thrilled to see progress regarding this agenda item. A big thank you to Mrs. Flaherty and the code enforcement officers for your hard work. We truly appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing continued improvements. It is truly refreshing to see action taken on issues that have lingered for far too long, and let's celebrate this positive step forward. Now, shifting gears to our events, as we are still enjoying our summer break, I'm excited to announce that our planning meeting on August 24th at 2 p.m. While this meeting is typically for board of directors only, this year we've opened it up to the public. Given recent events in our community, the BMIA believes that a collaborative effort is essential to enhance recreational opportunities in town. We have that capability at the BMIA. We just need more able-bodied volunteers. We hope to see interested parties at our planning meeting to discuss ideas like hosting a block party next summer. Additionally, our monthly civic-minded membership meetings take place on the fourth Sunday of each month. We also enjoy a fun Friday night at the BMIA monthly, which are always family-friendly and free of charge. BMI members even get complimentary food. Don't miss our Open Mic Fun Friday on September 5th at 7 p.m. We'll be featuring local bands and artists performing, and it's always a fantastic time. Plus, as with every Fun Friday event, if you are a BMI member, not only do you get free food, but you also have a chance to get a door prize, which is usually a fabulous basket filled with special treats or other cool items. I also want you to mark your calendars for the next Clean Community event, which kicks off September 27th at 8 a.m. at the Country Lakes Fire Department. We'd love for you to join us for some community cleanup, followed by free pizza and soda. It's always a great time. We have the Red Cross Blood Drive on September 28th. There are still slots available. You can book your appointment by visiting redcross.org, entering the zip code 08015, and selecting our drive. For those who donate, we'll be serving a free breakfast that morning. Lastly, our monthly membership meeting will start at 3 p.m. on September 28th. This is a little bit of a later start than usual because of the blood drive. We'll be having our BMIA elections, and we are always looking for fresh ideas. So if you're interested in joining our board, please come to the August 24th planning meeting so you can be nominated, or call me at 609-388-1305 so we can talk about it. BMI memberships are always available for the low price of just $15 per family per year. You can buy a membership at any membership meeting or Fun Friday night event. You can also mail us a check to P.O. Box 284, New Lisbon, New Jersey, 08064. We had an incredible year of growth last year, and we are looking forward to fantastic events for the community after our kickoff in September. We would love for everyone to join us on our journey. That's all for now, folks. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to working together to make our community an even better place to live. Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks, Woody. Anything else?
Good evening. All right. I made sure to do my homework. As you can tell, I have ink all over the place. It's not a bad thing, it's good. All right, the resolutions, 219, 2025, I say yes to. 220, 2025, I want to know what are we setting the rate, like what's the number that we're going to be setting the rates to for the non-represented employees and officials? 221, 2025, my question is, what is the Pine Mill Lake Dam project, and what is the scope of work that will be conducted for that? 222, 2025, my question for that one is, what will we be getting done at the Whiteswalk General Store that you guys have to vote on for approval? 223, 2025, through 226, 2025. I basically just commented and said it would be a no-brainer not to accept, to get these monies into special accounts for things that need to be used, along with the playground project for, that is coming to us from the Center for Family Services. It's very, very generous of them to give it to us. 228, 2025, my question for that is, will the grace periods be extended for 30 days, or will council come up with a longer date range or a shorter date range for the extension of the tax? 230, 2025, and Mr. Harper, you and I had spoken about this last night. National Night Out was August 5th. This meeting is August 6th. Wouldn't it not have been wise to request permission before the fact instead of after the fact for this permission? Sometimes I like to think what we do. But the fireworks were very nice last night. 235, 2025, 234, 2025, 233, 2025, 232, 2025, and 236 and 237. I think this is the right step in holding people accountable in our community. It's sad that properties have to be let go this way, that they have to let it go, and unfortunately the consequences are they have to be fined. And you guys actually do have the powers. I looked it up. You guys do have the ability to put liens on houses. The law is 40-48-2.14. Just throw it out there so you guys have it. For 236 and 237, I saw they were the same property, but they're two different fines. So I contacted the clerk, Ms. Sunshine, and I'm sure she would tell you that I did contact her. And she basically said that it's the same property, two different fines. For 238, 2025, I wanted to know is Phase 4 and Phase 5 the final parts of this project? 239, 2025, my question for that one is this for the entire year for the 26,000 for the dam inspections? 2/40/2025. My question for that is, what do we need liquid ammonium sulfate for? 2/41/2025. My question is, what does quote approving of transfer of greater than 10% interest mean, and what does that do? Is this an extension for the laundromat for that property? Because I looked it up on Google Maps, it was 100 PBM Road, which is it's the whole location, but I know there's still one business, so is that for the developer or is that for the laundromat? 2/42/2025. My question for that is, what is the amendment to this redevelopment agreement? 2/44/2025. Do we have the names of the people that we will be reappointing for the fire police officers? And 2/45. My question for that is, will this go into the general fund or will it go into the police department budget? And to the back of the page, for new business, I think we should say yes to both. I did, however, find that I think we might have had a misspelling. It says purchase a firefighting house to use on apparatus. I think it meant to say hose. Yeah, it's hose. So I tried to find out if a house could fit on a fire truck, but Google kept telling me no, so Google answered my question. For annual renewals, I wanted to know, is this the mobile home park that we had a lot of issues with that needed to get fixed, that we kept delaying a couple months ago? Or did they get their license points? For number 12, my question for that is, how much is the bill list and when do we expect it to be put on the website so that we the people can see what we're spending our money on? And
5 minutes.
yeah, 5 minutes, there you go. 24 minutes, but I guess I need help. I just wanted to make one more thing. The National Night Out last night, it was absolutely incredible. I saw Dan, Mr. Harper, Mr. Doyle. I didn't see you, and I didn't see Mr. Ward. I think Mr. Ward was hanging out at his restaurant, making some tacos. I put it on, I filmed a little bit of it. I didn't feel like standing there for 3 hours just recording the same thing over and over, so I got a little bit of panoramic shots all throughout, of all the people having fun, the machines, the fire trucks, the police cars. So if you want to go see it on YouTube, the video is titled Pemberton Township 2025 National Night Out. 8/5/2025 is the date, which was yesterday. And I don't normally do this, but make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you can get my videos. All right.
Anybody want to jump on any of his multitude of questions?
Yeah, you wanna answer any, got any?
I'm sorry, I was gonna let you guys feel what you needed, and if you had a question for me, I'd try to answer.
222, Jack, I really don't know a lot about that one.
220, that's the sewer.
That's the waste product.
They have a septic out there, and they have to get approval from us to replace the septic.
We're signing a resolution. We're signing, this is a resolution to sign the application, send it to the DEP so they can move this switch.
Okay.
It's called a TWA, Tree Works something.
Application.
But go back to,
At 221, I don't know how long this has been going on, I got different dates, 2020, what's that?
I think that might have been, at the same time when they had that big flood that wiped out all of,
Nobody can be
Pittsburgh,
sure,
all that.
2019 or 2020, something like that, they have dam problem out there on, Hanover Boulevard.
well, it's the dam above that, it's the one closer to Standing Park.
Yeah, and they, just finally got approval to the low interest loan to do some of the work. And, we have some monies left in
Oh, excuse me. Already in. That's the extending the grace period, we had to extend the grace period for the third quarter taxes, because the county under some, so people will have until September third to pay the taxes for that interest. If you don't pay it by the third, interest will go back to 1/3.
Two thirty-eight projects for phase 3 and 4. He wants to know if these are the final phases.
Yes.
Yes? Thank you, sir.
Well, hold it, no.
I think
What is
there's
it?
one more phase.
Yeah, there's 5, and that's on here too tonight, isn't it?
I'm not sure, but I
I know.
believe there's one more phase.
I know I did see
Yes, there are
something.
5, I'm sorry.
Phase 5 as well.
It's 3 and 4.
Yeah, okay, there is 5 phases. There's one more phase.
So we'll do.
Next, the
That's
239,
kind of the big ones.
dam inspections, that is for the year, right, sir?
Yeah, and that has to be done every 2 years, I believe.
That was the annual, but you might be right.
Yeah.
240 is, has something to do with sludge.
Yeah.
That's something to do with
That
sanitary.
helps separate the solids, and we have an expert here.
I was just gonna say, we do have a member.
I believe that helps separate the solids in the ways they need it to help in that process.
Oh, enough said.
I don't know too much about it, but
241 is amending the agreement we have with New Horizons Shopping Center. The agreement now says that they can, get a silent partner up to 10% of it. They would be 90 if they could bring in somebody for 10%. Well, they want to bring in somebody for 50%, which the council is. So that is, we're amending the agreement to allow them to bring in another partner who would only make 50%. But the existing development will stay on there and he'll still be the contact person. Once the project starts.
I get them all for you, Alex?
Not yet, 242,
242, let me explain.
what is the amendment?
This is really for the benefit of everybody here, because I think that it is. Sorry, it's a very good deal for the town. About 3 or 4 years ago, we entered into an agreement here with Canadian, which included, in part, they would build a retirement community on the Greenberg farm. I think it's 360 lots, I believe, acres. The agreement provided 3 or 4 years ago that we would supply water for that project, being the town, as well as we were gonna supply water apparently to the surrounding properties. We did not have water capability to do that. And we still don't. The agreement provided that we would apply for a USDA grant and loan so to finance the town to be able to do that. We didn't do that either. So we never applied for the loan and never got it. Canadian now has their approvals, and they wanna start building their houses. But they're gonna need water. So we have worked out an agreement with them, which I think is very, very good for us. What it says is that they're gonna pay us $500,000. And they're gonna pay us $500,000 to build, a water tank and a pumping station, some other, what we call off-site water improvements, of which are gonna, obviously, for them, a lot of it's for them. So they're gonna pay their way, which was never part of the original agreement. They're gonna contribute their portion of what they're gonna use in terms of those improvements. So we're gonna get another $500,000. In addition, a few years ago, the township built a test well. I'm not sure why we built it, but we did, but it's there, and we're selling it to them. So they're gonna pay us $37,500 for the test well. So we're getting back from Canadian around $550,000. And we are escaping what could have been a tremendous financial and legal problem for the township. Because if we didn't resolve it the way we're resolving it now, I don't know how we would have ever gotten city water to that development. And Canadian would be building houses unable to finish them, and be looking to us for damages because they can't finish their houses, et cetera. So we've been able to resolve all of that, and I think it's a really very, very good deal for the town, and Cahonavian was very helpful to us. I gotta tell you, that Councilman Dewey and Councilman Harper were incredibly helpful in getting this thing resolved. I was getting tired of listening to them, but they were really great. They were really great, and they deserve a lot of credit that we got to the finish line. This is a very good deal for the town. We now have to just finish up negotiating with Pemberton Borough, who we buy water from, and we're gonna probably extend that agreement we have with them. Because if we buy more, Pemberton Borough has more water than they need, because they only have like 1,500 people in the town, so they have an abundance of water, we need water, so we're gonna work something out with them. And it'll avoid us needing to build, for instance, another well, because we can use the water from the borough, we don't have to build a well. That'll be very helpful to us and very cost savings. We're just about finished resolving that. I think we'll resolve that within the next 30 days. So that's all working out really well for us. So that's what that resolution does.
Okay, good. 244, 2025, the names of the fire police officers. Or,
You want the 5 names? Is that what it is? Sorry, sir?
They're kind of employees, right, so you can't do that without voicing them?
No. They're indicating who's going to be reappointed as police officers. Fire police officers.
Fire police.
Fire police, yeah.
244. Names are Andrew Gingery, Kenneth Van Bramer, Christy Van Bramer, and Linda Vadon. 4 names.
all right, and 245.
General fund or the police department?
Yeah, will it go into the police department's account, or will it go into just the regular account?
I tend to believe that, Department of Transportation crackdown on sober get pulled over. I would think that our CFO or anybody else like that, or Public Works are gonna be pulling them over, so I think it's safe to say it's probably going into the police fund.
Okay.
Am I right with that, sir?
They were the ones that applied for the grant, they are the ones that
They received it?
the grant.
Thank you.
All right, and
Leave some questions for somebody else.
new business, was that the mobile home,
New
mobile home
business.
park, the Bel Air Estates?
Oh, no,
That's a different,
That's correct.
okay,
That's
that's,
not the one we've been delaying for a couple of months.
all right.
The one we were delaying, we approved last month with specific conditions on it, so.
They haven't met those conditions yet, I would assume.
Everything's fine.
And how much is the bill list? And do you know when we'll see it on the township website?
No, I don't know when you'll see it on the township website, and I usually don't look at the last page because I get scared.
Oh. I get scared when you tell me the number.
I think I've got it here.
We usually leave that to Mr. Green.
Yeah.
Bear with me.
Take your time.
It's not as simple as going to the last page, because it's not there. I'm not seeing it, so see a bunch of different numbers.
Can we get back to you?
Sure.
I
Standing over
appreciate
there.
that.
I'm seeing the one that says
Oh, there we go.
$545,094
Yep.
and 78 cents.
525, 954, and 78 cents.
Oh. Why so cheap this week? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Who's next?
Good evening, my name is Louis Slope. I'm a Bahari resident in the county of Pemberton in New Jersey. I want to thank everyone for invited me to a perfect night out. I recorded in a perfect 4K resolution, perfect quality. As a Township Perry, I showed him the video, perfect quality, from the beginning towards the end, except for the fireworks. Everything 4K. I've uploaded that video tonight. It's very easy search. Luis Lopez Manhattan. I'll come at the very top. And second is, what's the status of the food stand on by the post office? The food stand. I know back in the day it used to be blooming. So what happened to it? I'm just
We can
curious.
respond to you, Mr. Lopez, when you're done with all
Oh,
your
okay,
comments and
okay.
questions, okay?
Second is the revolution you have revolution 233 2025. I used to live next to that house back in high school. I'm just curious who owned that or that is vacant. Just another question. The second question is, what's the status of the Pemberton County Roman College? That and the second is, to Pemberton Township have a UEZ program, or like Mount Holly does. If we do, who's the director and where's it at? And my final answer is just give me one more. I forget which important question is. Oh yeah, I got to see the resident asked for the last meeting. Right here, she's right there. I would appreciate it. And how will I get a copy of the bill list? Just a general bill list of Pemberton Township. I'm just curious. And thank you for having me as a guest. And everything is going to be recorded at 4K this meeting. And thanks for my friend YouTube here for letting me know. Have a great day.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, as far as the stand, which stand are you talking about now?
The food stand next to the post
One right across
office.
from Sunbury Village there?
Yeah.
Delatanos? Yeah, she got up there in years and it's taken its toll. And so they closed a few years ago. But I believe isn't that the first year they're completely closed?
About 2 years.
2 years now? Yeah. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and they just couldn't keep up, so it's no longer open for sale. Yeah.
Oh wow. I remember that person back in high school.
Mr. Harper, the BCC update, that would fall to you.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't make the last county meeting because it fell on the same night as our last township meeting. But last I heard, the Pinelands gave them the permits to demolish the buildings. I heard the first building's supposed to come down sometime after Labor Day. I don't know anything more than that.
Okay, as far as the UEZ, yes, we do have a UEZ, and I believe Rosemary Flaherty, who just left the meeting, is in charge of that.
And oh, cool. And do you know what's the next UEZ meeting, or I would like to, just curious. What's the difference?
You can reach out to her office, she can give you any meeting updates.
Oh, okay.
Or anything that she has going on with that, so.
Okay, and I appreciate it. Like I said, I love the National Night Out was perfect. The kids, the bikes, the cars,
Good time.
everything is perfect. I got to see old friends that I haven't seen in 10 years. They came. And Harry, thank you for greeting me. I appreciate it. Took pictures, everything. Like I said, I would love to come, every time by here. I love as long as I interfere with the other meetings I do record all over Pemberton County. It's good to learn what's going on in Pemberton County.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And thank you for having me as a guest.
You bet. Hello, Marie.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I have to echo what everybody said about last night. I honestly, I've racked my brain today to think of another event that brought that many people together in the 52 years, 51 years actually, 51 and a half years that I've lived here. And that was it. I can't think of another time that many people were together. And I know that all the vendors, the people that, all the organizations, they did a phenomenal job. And I know that leadership started with our former rep employee, but it was phenomenal, and it was so nice to see. I loved it. The other question that I have is regarding the salaries for the employees. So there are 37 different positions listed on the salary on the salary ordinance. There are 37 positions listed with the exception of the Class 1 and Class 2 officers. And I know that we don't have all these. I mean, like, how many of these positions are not filled? And I know that many of them are also combined, right? So we have, for instance, we have the Director of Community Development, who also does what? I'm just trying to figure out how many people we're lacking here, how many positions we're lacking besides the business administrator, which is the biggest one we're lacking. But so, we've got UEC website and marketing, UEC administration of applications, UEC financial reporting. Are all those positions tied to community development director? I mean, like, how many positions is this actually funding? I don't know if you can break that down at some point. I'm not asking you to answer that tonight, but I think it's somehow important to show the public what the actual salaries are of people that are in positions.
Some of those are just stipends that, employees get as an extra for doing extra duties and stuff like that.
Yeah, I realize that. But, in some way, if they could be combined so that you knew who that person was and what they were actually making, I think would be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys, Vicky Adams, 13 Standard Time. We laugh at Alex when he comes up and answers the questions. Ash should ask the questions, but he answers them, so we all don't have to keep asking the same questions. So when you answer him, I'm not teasing that one. Oh, I know. Okay, I just have a question on I have several questions. On 22/0/2025, setting the rates of compensation for non-representative employees and officials. Who are non-representative employees within our township? Okay, that's question number
I'm sorry, Vicki, which one was that you asked about?
2025. Okay, then, Alex did comment on the playground equipment that's being donated, but I'd like to know where it's being put. I mean, I live in, T&M home area, our playground disappeared years ago, and we've never had another playground. So I'm just sort of wondering where that type of playground is gonna be placed. Okay, you answered that one. Okay, you answered that one. Okay, I would like to know for 2/38/2025, where is the paving happening? Is it, like what streets, what areas will be being paved with that, project? I'd also like to ask about the dam inspections. Does that include all the dams, or is it just is it include like the Bayberry Dam, the TL Dam, the main dam? Is that all of the dams? And then, if it is, I have a little bit of in my head, it's just that personal thing, it's not something. I've heard that PL does not allow the county to come in and test the water over there. So why are we inspecting their dam? You know, so it's like, why aren't they allowing, why aren't us as a township saying, no, we're testing all water to make sure that it all can be swam in and that it's all legal? So I'm just, you know, and then I saw this and I was like, okay, Keel wants to be their separate thing, but yet they want the inspection. You know, I mean, I just had a little bit, you know, it just seems like a double play there. Anyway, just like I said, a personal thing. Then I have a question on, can you please explain what 2025 is? Like, I don't understand, it's the last resolution on there. And then, a couple of questions that are not on here is, I'd like to know what's happening with the restaurant that was on 38 that was torn down. I don't know if it was Colonial or what it was called, but the big restaurant.
Country House.
Country House, thank you. I'd like to know what's happening with that. I'd also like to know what's happening with the lawsuits. And, I'd also like to know who's managing recreation and senior services, since we no longer have a director or an assistant director. So that's it. Now I'll wait for your answers.
Can I discuss the water testing?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. That was one of the ones I was gonna direct to you anyway.
We don't do any water testing at the lakes, that is done by the county.
I
The
understand that.
The only lakes that the county tests are the lakes that people swim in. The only lakes that they can swim in legally are the lakes that have lifeguards and all the things we have at Mirror Lake. So because we have lifeguards at Mirror Lake and we have an established swimming program and facility there, the county does come in and test, and they've been coming in testing quite, they come in once a week, and if it fails on the first test, they come in the second time. That week, it's retested. They don't test they don't test country lakes, they don't test PL, they don't test, Lake Pemberton. The only place they test is Mirror Lake, because that is an approved, authorized swimming area.
Okay, my problem with that is, the other, lakes besides Peel don't have like a beach area where people would go down and go swimming. At Peel, the kids do go in the water there, whether there's a lifeguard there or not. And I would think that as a township, we would have concern that the water is healthy for them, even if we're not legally telling them they could swim there. To me, they should be, you know, they should be tested because they are swimming there, even if it's illegal. So, this is my observation there.
Yeah, but, I mean, like the mayor was saying though, because
I
we don't have approvals, the county decides they're not gonna spend.
Oh,
the
no,
money.
the county actually would come in and do it, but they were told not to. I got that from good authority.
I'd hate to disagree with you.
Okay,
They
well-
only gonna test if we certify that we're gonna have lifeguards and stuff there.
Okay.
You know, that's the true story that I know,
Okay.
okay? What did you wanna know about 220,
She was asking about the dams as well. That does cover all the dams.
yeah.
All, was there 5, I believe, on the list? 7 on the list?
Seven,
Yeah.
Okay,
It listed them all specifically. You just have the total there for the cost for the dams.
okay.
246, sorry, 246 is a resolution appointing, one of the consulting engineers for the town. We're gonna be doing some work along the, Browns Mills Shopping Center area, with grants to install, some lights from Mirror Lake to the development. And, we need an engineer to help us with the bids and the installation. So, we're authorizing a line order fee not to exceed $25,000.
Okay, thank you.
Stay in the hot seat, sir. She wanted to know about an update on the lawsuits.
Oh, well, yeah, sure, there's a resolution on tonight, it's one of the last one that went on, 247. It's not on the printed form, and that's, to settle a lawsuit that was brought by our CFO, Ms. Pennywell, against the township and the mayor. So that's gonna get settled tonight if the resolution is approved. The short version is that Ms. Pennywell is to be paid $400,000, of which, by the end of the year, or so, the township will need to reimburse the insurance company $50,000 of that money. In addition, her salary, like all the rest of the township employees, is being, increased for the year. And, generally speaking, that's pretty much what the settlement's about. So it's a settlement of $400,000 to our CFO, of which $50,000 will be paid by the township, $350 or so will be paid by the insurance company.
Okay, so nothing on any of the other lawsuits?
Well, they're all pending. I mean, they're all
Okay.
still ongoing.
Okay. And the Colonia,
The last thing would be,
the country restaurant?
Jack, if she was asking who's running the senior services now?
Senior services is, we have.
Recreation and senior services, the department.
The director,
Rec
we don't
department.
have a director of the department.
Right.
We don't have any employees in the rec department right now. So we have advertised for those positions. We have done interviews for, a director, and we have done interviews for coordinator. We feel that we wanna hire a director before we hire a coordinator. It's nice to have a supervisor in place, before we have an employee. So we did interview some candidates for director. We did, reach out to some experts in the area to get references and stuff, their opinions. We do have somebody that we really wanna hire. I believe HR sent some of the council members a copy of the resume and our recommendation. And hopefully if council gives us the nod, then we're gonna ask for consent at the next council meeting to hire that individual.
Okay, that does not answer my question. I wanna know who's running it now. Who's putting the orders in, who's authorizing the activities that need to be done, who's running it now?
It was my understanding from what he had just said, there's nobody. Am I wrong,
So
sir?
basically recreation and senior services has nothing going on, the senior center cannot get any supplies,
That's incorrect.
Well, that's why I'm asking, who's running it now, who's authorizing those purchases, who is taking responsibility to keep that service afloat until we get a coordinator and a director?
We have a supervisor in senior services. I'm pretty sure you know who that individual is. That's the one that's putting the recs in and doing the paperwork for the senior services. Right now, we don't have a recreation department, so we don't have any services being provided other than the beach. And we do have an individual that has experience that has offered to help us get through the end of the season and supervise the beach guards and stuff. But we don't have anything else, we don't have anyone there, so what can you do?
Are we compensating the people that are, are they getting a stipend for stepping in and doing these things that they aren't normally responsible for?
Nothing's been brought to council's attention yet, so I would have to say probably not.
Okay,
That's incorrect. First, they're talking with the lifeguards that get compensated.
They are, okay, very good.
and what about the senior services? It's not
That person's
something,
doing the same job they've always done.
but that's okay, I know better. I used to work there.
And the country house, Vicky, as far as I know, that's, still on. I think it's due to come before the zoning board. I keep hearing it gets postponed, but, that's the last I've heard on the country house. They're supposed to be coming before the zoning board for a change in, use out there. That's all I know.
Okay, thank you very much, I appreciate the input. Is this my paper or? That's fine. Thank you.
Anybody else? Come on up, Ms. Phillips, it wouldn't be a night without you.
Good evening, everybody in general. I'm going to start with number 1. This is in reference to the yellow banking or the Sycamore Hall. In all these lawsuits we have it right now, why the township doesn't go and vet and buy the building back and handle it and keep it as a historical building. We've been spending plenty money, taxpayer money, with the lawsuit. The least, if we get a bank and deal with the people when they say supposed to do things and then and they didn't do nothing. I know that you guys going to just have fines towards them, and all that money what you're supposed to get from them, that will be when you go and buy the building. I'm shocked that the township haven't jumped on it. I know we don't have hardly any money, but guess what? The least we're going to have the yellow building back. Okay, my next thing it is, I understand if you want to build a house and you don't have city water or sewage, how much land do you need? I know in the past I was told that I need an acre of land. Anybody reply to me if that is still enforced or not? I don't have city water, I don't have sewage. If I get a piece of land, how much do I need to build a house?
The last question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know that they went with that, they tried to figure out something. Okay, I brought it out to their attention in the past. Between North Carolina and Canary Trail, in both sides, doesn't matter which way you're coming in, it's a blind intersection there. And why is blind intersection? Because code enforcement has to go after these people, and they can trim the hedges. I pay for trim mine because I am in a corner lot, 4 feet high, as the law says. And I noticed since the summer started, I was told by one of the new residents in BL, the most presidential lake got is stop signs. Why they did not put the stop sign on Tennessee Trail and New Hampshire Road and instead they do that yield sign? That yield sign doesn't mean being for these people. They are driving 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. Been several accidents in there. And the only thing we're going to correct this problem is they gotta put the stop sign in there. We need the stop sign. I like to see my flowers. I do not want crosses in there. Okay? Now, my next thing is the old Lake Storm Presidential Lake. I was told that was in the contract or somebody was going to get it, whatever. I want to know the answer in that bill. Okay, I noticed still empty houses in here. They haven't, I knew they took care the one I brought it out to the detention. But since we got that code enforcement he getting paid for, I work in my garden, in my yard every day. And I noticed one day, I assumed somebody didn't tell them, they complained about it, whatever. He back off, turn around different way. But when he did not know, they are going to be in my yard for 3 to 4 or 5 hours working. Here the guy coming in the other direction. And this is the only street this person knows, Tennessee Trail and New Hampshire Road. There is a lot of roads and a lot of problems to find it in there. I can get the principle, that's not my job, I'm not getting paid for it, and that's not my business. The business is, we got in code enforcement, we pay them for. Okay, let me get a check in here. I want to know, I know that we got a pole patent in presidential rates by the firehouse. And I hear the rumor in the past that when the fall coming out, they're going to remove it. Why? We gotta go to the bathroom every day. We don't go to the bathroom only in the summer and the spring. That portable path should be remained. I travel to every single town, and guess what? They got 2-3. We got a ball field. That firehouse is for looks. You know what I say for looks? That firehouse is not open 24 hours. When the people are playing across the street, they gotta go to the bathroom. They don't live here. Where do you think they go? That way we need a portable path is not a luxury for the township. It's a necessity for the children and for the older people. Okay, let me see what I can see more in there. Okay, well, I was notified last night. I got good news for one of the workers from the township notifying me they are going to get my wishes. No litter sign on Spring Lake Boulevard by the Woodside towards Route 7. That news was very nice for me. I'm dying to see it. Okay, also, it's going to be 40 years ago, October 17, 2021, I was in a very bad accident in Country Lake. And what did they did? I know the township did that. They put reflectors, they put 3 poles where they throw me out from the road to the houses and the fences and everything. When somebody got smart, what did they did? I wanted permission. If they don't do it, I will go rip it off. This can save somebody's life. Some fool went and put a sign in there, fixing houses or do loans or whatever. Sign is there. But if in 8 days that sign is still there, I'm going to get out and I hope that people see me when I'm going to rip it off. Because that may save my life. I was very lucky to be alive today and talking from the microphone today. And I leave it that way. Thank you. Oh, now before I leave, what is going on within Portland County College? The township got any input or anything? Anybody say what they want to see there? I know that was part of the Green Acres deal. It's only so much with the Green Acre you can do apart.
Okay, want me to start down your list? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Your first question with regards to the Yellow Bank. A buyback on it?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, we don't own it, do we? The developer still owns it, correct?
The developer still owns it, and Ms. Phillips also indicated a lawsuit. I'm not aware of any lawsuit involving Yellow Bank.
No, excuse me. I'm going to stop right there. Since we are paying so much money in lawsuit, why we don't invest some money and we can at least show the Yellow Bank belong to the township and this historical place, save it.
Okay, I understand what you're saying now. My question is, if they own it, is it for sale? I don't think
It's
it's selling it.
been for
They're not
sale.
selling it.
Yeah, it is for sale.
It has been for sale. We gave it to the stupid people for $250,000, and now they suck it to the people for almost $800,000. And guess what? With the taxes and everything they owe us, we can get it for less money, and thank you.
Your next question was how much land to build a house if you have sewer and water?
Yes.
Well, if you don't have sewer and water,
If I don't have sewer and water, how much I need?
yeah, I say there's multiple different residential zones. It depends on what it is you're looking to build because it would depend upon the size of your lot and what you're looking to build.
I'm going to take it, for example, Presidential Lake. Why I choose Presidential Lake? But I was told by somebody else, and I drove there myself today. They cleared up a lot and they plan to put a house in there. That lot is not big, because by the time you put the the septic in the back, and the wall in the front, there is no space for put the house in there.
Well, there would be setbacks on both sides, the front and the back, so if they make their application to build a residence there, if it doesn't meet the setback requirements, they would be sent to zoning and planning boards to get approval to change the setbacks.
Well, thank you for that, because I will be attend every single zoning board meeting and every planning board meeting. Yes, Jimmy, yes, then,
Next was your question about the old lake store and presidential lakes.
yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong there, Jack, weren't we, trying to pick that up through, taxes or something like that, tax liens? Have we made any, headway on that?
I was asking about that a month or so ago, last year about this time, there was somebody in there trying to figure it out, and they owe substantial amount of taxes on it.
Right.
So we were trying to get them to pay then, and they said, because we weren't gonna let them clear it out.
Right.
And they said they would be in with a check any day, and that, to my knowledge, never happened. So that's probably gonna be on Mr. Dasky's next list of
On
foreclosures.
the next tax sale list, yeah, okay.
Well, good luck, Mr. Dusty, with that property. I like to see that somebody get a property and do something about it there. Thank you.
And Jack, as far as your question about the porta potties, what's the time frame we usually keep them out, just through the summer months, or?
Yeah, we just started doing that a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Because Ms. Phillips asked for people to have porta potties out there to play ball and all that good stuff. So we contracted through Mr. Bob, I think it is, to put porta potties there, and I asked for one over at the end of Spring Lake Boulevard,
Right.
there by the park there.
Yeah.
And that kind of hits two places, the new park that's there that always has kids in the playground, and then the basketball courts across the street.
Is there a certain time of year when it stops being there, or?
The kids are always playing basketball there year round. It's more busy this time of year because the weather's
Right.
better for it. We do rent these things out. There's not people playing baseball in December, so we usually take those out of there about Labor Day. And then we bring them back in the springtime, and Memorial Day's the goal. I think one of our plans, talking to Public Works, is we rent these things.
Yeah, I know we were talking about buying a couple of them.
Well, we're actually looking at buying a little bit more than a couple, because like last night, we didn't have any out there. And then some of the other events that we have, we like to have porta potties there.
Right.
And then some other places where we have parks that doesn't have facilities, we like to put them out there. And we're thinking maybe our sewer department, can kind of assist us in maintaining them throughout the year.
Right.
Then when the season decreases where there's less of a need, we would winterize them and take them out to the sewer department where we think we have a storage location to put those in.
Okay, well, we still are working on a plan to get some of our.
Yeah, well, I mean, they cost money,
Yeah.
unless you wanna give me, $50,000 to spend for all of them, we're looking at, buying 4 or 5 a year until we get to where we
Yeah, that's
need
what I
to be.
thought when we were doing the budget, I thought we were looking at picking up 4 a year until we got what we needed.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else with public comment?
Before you even start, Aaron, did that storm system work last week during that bad storm?
Worked pretty good.
Okay. I'm
No
glad.
issues so far. Good evening, council. This is actually combined, 223.
Eric, I'm sorry, can you put your name and address on the record, please?
Can't say it out loud.
Oh, Eric has 119 Sunset Street. It's combined 223 to 225, 2025. That is a lot of money for all that, but I mean,
do we need to ask for it 3 times? We can't just ask for a bigger, like a combined amount, and be one combined amount. That's it on that, and, to what Mr. Solicitor was saying, we're buying water from Pemberton Borough.
Yeah.
Does Pemberton Borough have a water department, or is it through our water department?
No, I think they have their own work, they have their own work department.
Okay, and, the other thing was, Pemberton Borough, like you said, is only a mile long, mile and a half long.
I don't know how long it is.
Somebody said that to me,
Small town,
but it's,
yeah.
it's small. With their water department and police department, could we merge them and get their resources? Cause I mean, it's kinda right there.
Don't look at me. I don't know.
That's all I have.
Uh, For,
Gentlemen, don't go any further with that one, please.
yeah, 223, 224, 225, but 223, it doesn't say what that grant's for on the thing, but 224 and 225 are going towards the paving project for phase 3 and 4. And these grants, when they come up, we apply for them at different times, and they may all land at different times, you know, that's what it is, you know, the government comes out and says you can have this much money, or put in a proposal, and we'll give you what we think we can, yeah. So that's why they're separately, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing tonight? Just want to say last night's National Night Out was really awesome. Thank y'all very much. I got about 2.5 pages of people inquiring about Scouts, so hopefully we can turn those signatures into actual kids.
Pete Singh, can you put your name on the record, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Robert E. King, Pete, 247 Amherst Avenue, Pemberton. Sorry about that. Thank you. You're welcome. That was why I said, hopefully we can get those names into actual scouting. But I just want to let everyone know that the Newcomb Meet the Teacher Day is going to be August 25th. Check the times for that. The High School New Student Day is also going to be August 28th from 10 to 2. And then Helen Ford's calling it the Helen Ford Experience on the 28th. It's going to be from 10 to 1 and 5 to 7. I think they're coming out with a new website for the school, so look about that. Genesis is open, so we're asking all the parents to make sure go through and check your forms and check your kids, make sure they have what they need so that they can be ready for school, and hopefully they've been doing their summer reading list. Because remember, education begins at home, and the more we can help our teachers and staff, the better off things can be there. Now for Scouts, I just want to let y'all know that the Garden State Council is holding a Shoot for Scouting Sporting Clays Classic on Friday, October 3rd, on the Facebook group of Scouts Pemberton and Browns Mills. I have the flyer listed on there. And also you're going to probably see an uptick in Scouts trying to raise money because National Jamboree is going to be next July in 2026. And they're raising around $22.75 for each of the Scouts to go. So it's kind of they're going to need some money for that. So, and other than that, we have with Scouts. We're getting ready to do a summer camp, which is a lot of fun. Then, as far as the resolutions go, can y'all give an example of a non-represented employee and official? And did we really cancel the pilot program for the warehouse out on Route 38? Are the questions. All right. If y'all have anything for me?
First of all, to answer your question, yes, by resolution, we did pull a pilot program at the last meeting. I'm sorry, what was your other question, Pete?
There we go. Oh, what's an example of, can we get an example of a non-represented employee and official?
That would be somebody not covered by the union contracts that we have here, usually department heads, things like that.
Mayor, council.
Okay. All right, thank y'all very much. Y'all have any, questions about scouts or schools? Oh, the other thing about schools is first 3 days, there's an adjustment in the, bus scheduling, to accommodate, you know, to take a little bit longer and stuff, so we're gonna have a staggered start again this year. All right, thank you. You're welcome. Cheers.
At 30 Birmingham Road. I just wanted to come up and say thank you to all the council members. I've gotten more involved looking at Facebook and seeing posts, and it really is a thankless job. And everything that you all are doing up here to help the community and try and save the community, and make our life better, it is very much appreciated, so I definitely wanted to say thank you. I think that was a really good thing as far as the pilot being pulled, from the warehouse on 38. I was just wondering what the status is on the warehouse on 206. Not the one that's near the creek, but the one that's kind of next to Little. They did a lot of tearing down and clearing all of the land, but then it's kind of just been at a standstill. Is there a holdup on that, or did they change their minds, or just kind of like just sitting there with nothing being done? And then I was also wondering what's going on with the country house. If anything's ever gonna come out of, you know, them doing stuff that they weren't supposed to and tearing down and wanting to do stuff that wasn't approved. Do we have any information on what's gonna be happening there? And last but not least, I was gonna ask about, since I see we're getting all these grants, if we still have that person that we hired to, look into all the grants to help the township. Because that was a really good catch on getting those grants to, do all these improvements, to help us out here in the township also. And that's it.
Okay, who wants to start?
I guess Jerry can start with Rockefeller.
Is that Rockefeller, is that one?
Yeah.
I don't know the geography too well.
Yeah.
As far as we know, they're building them, they have some, sanitary sewer issues that they're trying to resolve. And, I can't tell you anything else about those 2 warehouses. As far as I know, they're still on the pole.
And the country house?
The country house, I believe somebody else had asked about that,
Yeah.
Patty, they said that it's at the, zoning board of adjustment now, I believe they went for a zoning issue, maybe a change of use for the zoning.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, changing use, you know, but it keeps being postponed. I guess they're not ready or anything yet. I know it's been on the agenda and off the agenda a couple times for zoning, I don't know why, but, eventually gotta come back to them before they can do anything. And the grants, as far as I know, we're not using a grant writer anymore, Jack, are we? We just, different departments are applying for grants. You know,
We used to do it both ways. We had the grant writer and then the departments were applying too. And normally what we did was we put $10,000 to $20,000 in the budget for grant writer. And once we ran out of money, then we would handle it in-house.
but I don't think we've had any this year with the grant writers, it's just been the department heads writing, I believe.
I thought we did at the beginning of the year, but I could be wrong.
Well, then the staff is doing an amazing job, so, to be able to catch all of those and, you know, apply for them, because, that's very helpful for, you know, saving the taxpayers some money.
We have some amazing people on staff here and working and, Barry and I were talking earlier, you know, we were gonna do it at the end of the night, but I think now's a good time anyway. I think we need to tell all the employees they did a great job.
Especially with
For the
being
national night
short-handed.
out, you know, they're out there, a lot of them on their own time, just doing stuff for the community. And, we owe them all great thanks, police, fire department, you know, all the different township employees that helped out. You know, many hands make light work, you know. And it was a great turnout there. The employees did a great job.
And they should be, all showing some kind of appreciation and giving a letter, because they've been doing an outstanding job. And any word on the master plan?
Well, we have our meetings every 2 weeks at the middle school building, 6 o'clock. We've made some great progress and we'll be getting ready to present.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, man.
Anybody else for public comment? Okay, seeing none, we're gonna close public comment. And I think we're gonna take a 5-minute recess before we start the night.